Good day everyone. My name is Angelo B. Ortega and my topic for today is Gestalt psychology. So, focus on learning in cognitive perspective. Then, introduction. Gestalt psychology was the forefront of the cognitive psychology. It served as the foundation of the cognitive perspective to learning. So, when we say about cognitive perspective to learning, it is more widely held than the behavioral perspective, perhaps because it is more flexible or less flexible admits related to the mental construct as the traits, beliefs, memories, motivation, and emotion. So, it opposes the external and mechanistic focus of behaviorism. It considered the mental processes and products of perception. So now is we can see the advanced organizer here about the psychology. So under that we have the Gestalt principle, insight learning, and life space. So under sa Gestalt principle is law of proximity, second is law of closure, third is law of good continuation, and fourth is law of good pregnance, and the last is law of figure or ground. And then sa insight learning is wala or sa kung ano ka ng under. So the last is life space. So under sa life space is first inner forces and outer forces. So sa susunod na pagdidiscuss, matatalakay din natin yun kung ano ang ibig sabihin nun. So, Gestalt theory was the initial response to behaviorism. So, it emphasized the importance of sensory wholes and the dynamic nature of visual perception. So, tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina is makikita ang isang bagay sa isang kabuuan or sa kanang buo. And then, the term Gestalt means form or configuration. So, psychology was kanang kay kanang si Max Wertheimer and Wolfgang Kohler and si Kurt Kafka studied perception and concluded that perceivers or learner or ang learner are not passive but rather active. So, ibig sabihin, ang pag-uugali ay hindi maaaring maunawaan sa mga tuntunin ng mga maliit na bahagi nito. So, dahil ang sinasabing buo or kabuuan ay mas malaki kaysa sa kabuuan ng mga bahagi nito. So, ibig sabihin na mas naintindihan ng mga bata or ang kanang learner kung nakikita niya muna ng buo or ang kabuuan ng isang bagay bago niya matiyak ang parte nito ay kabilang sa kabuuan ng isang bagay. So, the last is, they suggested that learners do not just collect information as it's but they actively process and restructure data in order to understand it. So, kumbaga, pinoprosesyo nila ito para ma-construct or ma-restructure ang kabuuan kung ano ba yung mga bagay na yon. So, ano? That's all for my topic.